Alrighty, so we have Sadie, and she is doing her walk towards the plaza. Right now I have her on a free. Notice how she can be free. Mainly keeping her in the area though, right? So if I keep walking, she should continue. This is how I would recommend having the walks. Notice how she went in front of me. Easy. I'm gonna say easy when she gets too far, but that doesn't mean you need to stop, but it means you need to slow down. Let's go. There we go. This way. Let's go. So this time I said let's go, which means she should be right here. Good girl. Sadie, back up. Good. Sit. Notice how she tries to speed up. Good. Let's go. I'm reminding her, hey. Good. What let's go is, and that's where she should be. Then I say, Sadie, free. Tap her shoulder, give her that free, and she's like, okay, this is what I can do. She wants to do certain things. As long as it's acceptable in our eyes, totally cool. Then you can practice anything else that you'd like to practice. Like, Sadie, come. Sit. I see you, Miss Wiggly. Good, sit. Let's go. Good. Back to let's go. Sadie, sit. No, sit. There we go. I didn't do a correction, but I did do the verbal. Good job. Focus. Free. Notice how I gave her the free instead of the let's go. I want to see what she does. These are all choices. Good choices. If I start walking this way, she walks this way. Right? If I stop, she stops. And she's just waiting for our next move. Good girl. Free. Give her that free again. Right? If I stop, stops. But I don't need to say anything. She just needs to understand, oh yes, my master has stopped. My leader has stopped. And so we move whenever they move, not whenever I want to move. I start moving again. This is the natural position that she should be in. She could go anywhere else because she's on a free. But if I tell her the let's go, you guys know where she should be. So we're gonna do this all the way over to the plaza. And yeah, before I stop, Sadie, place. I want you guys to see this. Place. I want you guys to understand that you can use these things like a place. Good. Just so that she gets it in her head that any obstacle in the open can be seen like the command that we've practiced. Good. Place. Sadie, let's go. And then it's just basic obedience at the end of the day. Good. Good job. And then we go to the plaza. All right, this is where she is on the let's go. Hey. I bring her all the way back if she goes too far. Good girl. Sadie. Sadie. Good. I didn't need her to sit. I just wanted her to look at me. No. Good. Sadie, free. So, all of that impatience, the impulse control. You need to have control before you say, let's go. Before you say the free, you need to have that control first. So that you can just start trusting that when you say something, back up, it gets done. Good. Sit. No, sit. Good. No, focus. Free. She's quick to just like do her own thing. So you want to be extra cautious on what you let slide. Like her eye contact going away. Easy. You don't want to let that slide because then that's her finding a loophole in the obedience. You want full engagement so that you don't have to worry about those things. Sadie, come. Sit. Good sit. Hi. Good sit, sweetie. There we go. Yes. Good job. Yes. Good girl. Let's go. Good. Let's go. Nice. We're here to the plaza. And we're basically gonna desensitize her to everything. This way. Same thing, keeping her behind you, keeping her in the follower state, and making sure she doesn't do anything too crazy so that everything is manageable. Let's go, Sadie. Giving her that job of leaving things alone, such as other dogs, other humans. Sadie, sit. Good. Let's go. And so she stopped taking food actually midway. Probably just overstimulated. Hey! And so what you're going to rely on is leadership. That's where positive reinforcement can only go so much. Like it can only go so much because what if the dog stops eating? What if it's not hungry? All these things come to play. And that's where leadership is always available. And if you let the leadership go, they're going to take over. And that's where the misbehaviors are going to appear. So here, even though she's not taking food, still in that leadership position. Sadie, place. Down. And just don't let her slide with any behavior that you're giving. Good, place. And eventually, if you practice it enough times, she's gonna understand, okay, this is just the norm. Look at that leg just hanging out. This is just the norm, and I should just listen. And sometimes I'll get paid, but every time she listens, there shouldn't be a very small margin of error. Maybe no margin of error. Very black and white for our dogs, but it's really what you can capture. But even this, that's a distraction. Good place. And I just say, good place. She looks at me. Let's see if she gets a reward. There it is. Now she's eating, but she wasn't eating before.
Right.
So these are all things to take note of. If she doesn't eat, don't beg her to eat. Just say, oh, you're not gonna eat? I'm still gonna make you do this though. I guess something I wanted you to notice, also a good distraction. Good. Something I wanted you to notice, think of it like a job. Right? Like you don't get paid every single thing that you do. You get paid for a certain time that you work. So here she's getting paid in small increments, right? I'm saying good, still giving her praise. Hey, you're doing a great job. But I'm not paying her every single little time because eventually you want to phase out the treats. Using food and treats is mostly for teaching the behavior, but then afterward you can just make them do it and they should understand, this is what I was supposed to do. This is the labeled command or the cue that is given. Good job. So all these things, just desensitizing her. She stays on the place, just like for the volleyball, and she should be awesome. Obviously right now I just walked her over, so hopefully for those types of events you actually get her tired and she starts understanding I should just listen and I shouldn't need to worry about my own animal instincts, even though it's always in there. You see how shaky she is? She hears doors closing, all these music, steps, so just getting her exposed. Good sit, sweetie. Nice. So I'm getting her used to just kids being around, and she stays right here. Good. Notice how all these sounds are just new to her. Good girl. All I need to say is good for now, and then eventually you can give her a reward after a couple seconds. What a good girl. You practice distance. Good. As I leave, she's still on the sit. Good sit. Then I come back, get some focus. Good job. You can see her tail. She's like, I want to do something, but the best thing to do is just stay seated or else I'm gonna get a correction. Good sit. Good. Sadie, let's go. Notice how I don't give her the free. I say let's go, so she needs to come here. I add leash pressure as soon as she does something she wants to do instead of what I want her to do. Good. So having her in the follower state, place, from the moment she gets out of the home is the most important thing. And then even then, place, she needs to understand what to do inside the home, which is why we're doing our place work. What a good girl. And then she'll kind of mellow out. Yes. Everywhere else that she goes. But we'll get to this next month. This is just the ending of the first one. Yes. And you're seeing what is possible with her. Yeah, I saw her. She wanted to go sniff this. And I'm like, nope, you're walking. So now I have her on a free walking around the same spot. She hears the kids this way. And I want her to know she stays this way. Good girl. Sadie, come. Sit. No. Come. Sit. There we go. I see you. Yeah, good sit. Yes. Good. Let's go. So, works most of the time. Up. Up. Good. Down. Sadie, down. Good girl. And eventually you can practice a lot more once you have the technique, to be honest. Look at her. She's like, what are we doing? You're just looking at me. If you look at me, you get a reward. Look at her. Look at her. She's like, I want to do something. Her face. She's such a goofball. I'm just waiting it out. Good. You see, like, this is where being patient about it and knowing what you want is the best thing. Instead of me forcing her to do it, I'm like, no, this is what I want. If you give it to me, then we'll find the middle ground, which is her getting the food. Good. Or maybe getting some freedom. But she needs to earn it and learn how to be in her best behavior before she actually gets it. See how she's just looking around, looking around. The only thing I don't want her to do is break the down. That's it. Everything else, totally fine. She's observing everything, observing all these things. Look at her. She's like, I want to do something. I want to do something. And if she does do something, I'm going to correct her. That's the only thing. But she's just going to be on the down, and that's it. Nothing too crazy. And we should be okay. She's seeing everything, right? Good. Good girl. Yeah. Good down. So here, another dog. I have her on the down. Sadie, focus. Good job. Good down. Good down. Have her on the down. Ha ha ha. Down. There it is. And that's a ball right there. Down. No. Down. There we go. Yes. So look, that ball right there. Down. That's why I said it's dangerous to have a ball unless we practice it. So I had to put her back down. I'm glad that we caught that because it shows what we still need to work on. It's good. It's important to reinforce it though. Like right here, she was on a down for almost everything except for the bouncing ball. Good down. And I'm reminding her, I can see her ears. Good. I can see her ears. When I say good, she hears me. But in that moment, she decided to trust her instinct. And I was like, don't do that. And so it's going to happen again. I see the kid over there again. And I'm ready to grab the leash just in case. Good down. She's looking for it. Down. Good down. No. I said no because you see that. Down. And I bring her down. Good. Good girl. So things to look at. Things to reinforce. Good girl. And then we can kind of build on it afterwards. But I'm glad I caught that. Alright, I'm gonna get her back. Focus. No. Focus. No. Sadie. Focus. Good. Aha, you little butthead. Alright, so the last thing I want us to learn, good, is her to look up. Good girl. When we feed her, so start feeding her up here. Good. Instead of in front. Good. Notice how she's looking up more? Good girl. So basically, I want her to look forward. Good. Yes. Yes. But the main thing is having that contact. Good. And the best thing you can do is by going up and down instead of rewarding right as she, yes, right as she's looking forward. You want to reward when she's looking up instead of forward, so she knows that we're more engaging. Here first it's the follower state, so my body's right here. I put it in front of her nose. Sadie, yes, good. And I mark it as I'm moving my hand. Yes, yes, hand up, and she looks up, and then I come down afterward. So mainly keeping that engagement up, down, so that she doesn't find her environment as, I guess, interesting. It's mostly keeping that engagement back to us. Good, down, and making sure that she stays with us without necessarily needing to micromanage. But by practicing this stuff first at home and then outside, let's go, we'll have it a lot easier in those distracting environments. Yes. Notice how she looked up again. Yes. Good girl. So if you drop any, just remember, make her work for it a little bit more, and don't let her get the one on the floor unless you tell her to. Good. Sadie, up. Good. Down. Do it again. Good place. There's another dog that's coming. I'm gonna let him pass. She's such a sneaky butt. Like, even look at that, her crossing this boundary. Good, down. Very interesting how quickly things can turn if they do that stuff. Good, down, sweetie. Good. Good. Focus. Let's go. Let's go. Good. Good. Yeah, she knows. She knows I don't play. I'm just like, don't do that. And that's it. Sadie, free. Give her that freedom. She looks so good with golden hour right now. Shout out the sun. But yeah, she's been doing awesome. The only thing I noticed was the ball, but we already knew she kind of went crazy for the ball. So things to just keep in mind for this upcoming month, because a kid was playing with it and we don't want her to just go chase a ball just because it's out. Sadie, let's go. But other than that, it has been a pleasure this month, and I'm looking forward to the next month. Hey, this time I did it verbal and leash pressure. First time it was just verbal, but sometimes you need the follow through, and this girl definitely will take over if there's no follow through. So I suggest sending this one to anybody that's gonna walk her. Hey, so that they know how to do certain things with her. There we go. And that's basically it. Going up the stairs, same thing. Follower state. You could skip steps and she stays behind. As long as she stays behind, that's all we want. Oh yeah, what a sweetie. Nice.